nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Folsom Field in Boulder. Saturday afternoons, the perfect setting for a game like this. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Colorado Buffaloes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Nestled into the gorgeous mountains in Boulder, Colorado, Folsom Field is a spectacular viewing venue for college football. The new coach has it rocking and rolling. Folsom Field continues to build on their tradition of the Buffaloes football team. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Buckeyes kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. On the run, it's Simon. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence, everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off and build, right? Because you started with preseason, and you start with getting into the year, and now you're starting to build and build and build and build that momentum. Getting a win against a really good team, finding out who you are, can set the tone for your season.
Now on first down from the 40. Throwing, Lewis. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Bowie. There he goes. Touchdown, Colorado. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And he makes the extra point.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And he'll just take a knee in this drive. At the 25. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Quick give. It's Rodgers. Breaks the tackle. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing St. Clair. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
They'll run it. It's Jackson. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Throws to the wideout. That pass is incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
St. Clair from the gun on 3rd down. Moving out to the right. The defense sort of hurts this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage for a loss. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. It is good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it out. It's James. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Gonna run it. It's Simon. Got enough for the 1st down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. To the ground. He's got it again. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The throw. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. On the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Hauls it in. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Simon. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33. The Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. Right back to it. Sees some running room. Breaks into the open. He's up to 55 yards rushing in this game. What a way to start the new season. And the Buffaloes pounded the rock to move the sticks now back to work. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Lewis, right side, it's Gordon. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Lewis to throw. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Third down from the gun, Lewis. Lucky to get it off.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Just drives it between the uprights. They're up by a touchdown here in the first.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Glover. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. He'll try the left side. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Tavian St. Clair trying to make magic with his feet. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Trying to squeak through the pile. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inching, you just have to go execute. They do it there.
And I tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really starting to play physical.
Unloads to the wideout. Left side, it's Johnson. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Buckeyes are rolling down the field. St. Clair fires to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Turning it on. It's a fumble. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Jackson. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Finds a crease. It's Rodgers. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
It's 3rd and 5. Throwing St. Clair. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
And it's right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Coming out with it, it's James. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Here's Lewis to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Gibson. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. And the Buffaloes come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Straight ahead, it's Simon. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
He's got 67 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking for space. It's Simon. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 42.
coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, there was something the quarterback liked in the pre-snap there, thinking his primary target was going to have a favorable matchup, but the defense did a nice job disguising that look. They got more bodies over to him and forced the incompletion.
From the gun, it's Simon. Got 9 yards on the play. It leaves him with 3rd and a yard.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow. They don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
They'd be looking at a 53-yard field goal from here. Instead, they'll try to pick it up on 4th down. 4th down, Lewis. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. It's inside. It's Jackson. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Tavian St. Clair working that left side now. Makes the tackle at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Glover. They bring him down, but it'll be 1st down at the 42. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Escapes the pressure going right. He'll try to do it himself. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Unloads to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the gun on 3rd down, St. Clair throws to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
St. Clair to throw for it on 4th. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We start with a look at Virginia Tech, taking on the #1 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Hokies looking to bounce back from a Week 1 loss. They lead it here in the first half. We'll see how things progress. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the top 25.
So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Makes him talk to the hand. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking for room. It's Jackson. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. St. Clair fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. To the air, it's St. Clair. In traffic, it's Smith. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
This is why there's a lot of receivers that go alligator arms and they start tiptoeing over the middle of the field because you don't want to be living where these big physical linebackers are. This guy, though, completely fearless, crosses the defender's face. He makes the catch, gets absolutely laid out by the linebacker, but he holds on anyway.
And the Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Throwing St. Clair. Flip it out to the back on the screen. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Again, it's St. Clair. He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
And guys, I just don't know what to say about this offense. Like they take a deep shot, they've tried it short, they've really just struggled to try to find any way to move this football. They've dug themselves a hole, and now they've got to find some answers. Maybe find your guys, your go-to guys. Players, not plays. Maybe that's what they need to get something going right now.
Tavian St. Clair escapes the pressure to his right. And the quarterback bought a little time, but actually bought a lot of time, but not enough time. The defense gets to it.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
Caught, and he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
The Buckeyes looking to convert on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense. You take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
There he goes. The 40. At the 30. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. They dialed up a beauty on that last one. It got him inside the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Driving forward, it's Simon. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Man, I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to their running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
The run inside. It's Gordon. Maybe some room here. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the offense inches it a little closer with the help of the half the distance to the goal penalty. And the defense tried to cheat a little space and get in that neutral zone, but it's still 1st and goal. Trying to barge their way in. And he's in! Touchdown, Bucks! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll bring it out. It's Glover. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Jackson. Got the first down. Breaks into the open. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll try it over the left side. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
Coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Left side is Roberts. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Offense trying to catch them napping. Looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, St. Clair. Throws to the wideout. Makes a catch. Converts on fourth down. Is still on his feet. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down. And we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. St. Clair stepping to the right. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. And the Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Run in the red zone, it's Jackson. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out of the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for it on fourth down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down.
And, man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here, missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Throwing St. Clair. Wideout trying to get it in. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step one accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Lewis on the play action. Gonna let it fly. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football. Had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the fourth quarter. Time to go win.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Runs through a tackle. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Escape. And down goes the quarterback, but there are penalty flags on the field. Let's see what the call is. And it'll be first down for this offense after the personal foul. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Running inside, it's Jackson. Shakes off the defender. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Tavian St. Clair lets it fly. Touchdown, Ohio State. They've got the lead here in the fourth. Up by one, they're going to try to get the deuce here and make it a field goal lead. Drops back, it's St. Clair. Into the end zone, the two-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal.
And I think you hear about this chart all the time, when to go for two, when not to go for two. Smart decision. Second half, being up by one doesn't help you. Getting that two-point conversion, that's a big deal. Now this offense up by a field goal.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. So they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll ride him again. Got a little space. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Buffaloes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Throwing, Lewis. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. The give. Just a gain of 2, and now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And it's so fun to have that trump card, right? Like, it's almost like playing a video game with this guy. When you got a big tight end that can make plays, that gets open, that feels those soft spots in the zones, third downs, money downs, the tight end is always open, especially with that big body. He finds him, and he gets the first down.
And the Buffaloes in the hurry up.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning.
The defense sort of herds this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage, and he'll take the loss.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
After that sack, the offensive line better get it stuffed together. Stuffed, you know what I mean by stuffed. 3rd down. On the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
times we're going to say go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Tie game here with just a few minutes to go. They'll run it. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Now, you want to be a great run defense. Your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end, covering passes. But when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Out wide right, it's Johnson. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
St. Clair. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Yeah, and see, I have no problem being aggressive near midfield. I got no problem whatsoever. You get stuff, but I think you have to show your team, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue to try to make it, even in the second half when things are getting tight.
A designed run for the quarterback. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
And they tried to sneak the run in there, but immediately you got to call a timeout here. You got to stop the clock. Then you can get organized, go to the sidelines, still have 1 left after that. You realize you got to get points, but now you get to get your quarterback over here and get in his ear a little bit.
And the Buffaloes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Lewis. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. He slides down, and he's got enough to convert to 2nd and short.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the 4th quarter. We've got an opportunity, 1 possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
On the move, it's Simon. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Thinking about using a timeout right here after that run play. And listen, I get you're trying to keep the defense off guard, but you're losing this game. You've got to throw the football. Now is the time. You've got to be aggressive, trailing in this 2-minute situation.
Lewis wants to pass. Buying time to his right. On the move, he fires. Got a man in the middle. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. The Buffaloes with the 1st and 10. In the red area, it's Simon. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. This is the game-winning play. Win it or lose it on this field goal attempt. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. And this will be for the win. He got it! A huge field goal, and they've taken the lead in the waning seconds. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call. And the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career in Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played to win.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Powell.